As you can probably tell, our next speaker has one of the best names in the world. Not because his name matches with mine, but, well, because his name matches with mine. Give it up for Sahil Jain, who will be talking about cryptography and cybersecurity.
Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well, and I hope you've enjoyed the good talk so far. If you haven't, I got you. So, let's consider cryptography and cybersecurity a little bit. Why is this so important, and why am I up here talking about this? Last year alone, $6.1 trillion was lost due to cyber damages. But what's interesting about this is 91% of that damage could have been avoided if we had the right cybersecurity protocols and measures in place. So let's talk a little bit. What exactly is cryptography? Cryptography is how we keep our information safe over the internet. For example, if I sent a text message to my girlfriend, and if it wasn't encrypted, anyone who was on my Wi-Fi network could figure out exactly what I said. And as you know, this offers some problems. So let's look at an example of cryptography in action. Here's President Donald Trump. Now, as my friend Patrick Kim here is clearly mistaken, global warming is a hoax. But President Trump just found this out, and he doesn't want anyone knowing just yet. This is top secret information, and only President Putin can know. So what he does is he encrypts this message using a cryptographic algorithm. It's known as RSA, and he sends this message over the internet. And so anyone who intercepts this message wouldn't see global warming as a hoax. Instead, they would see that series of numbers and digits. So cryptography is really a very interesting field, and there's a lot of applications of it everywhere. But it's a little hard to understand at the microscopic level. So instead, we'll look at the basic architecture. Essentially, what happens is, there's a sender, and he sends his message. In this case, it's global warming is a hoax. He encrypts the message using an encryption algorithm, and over the internet, it's sent as a series of numbers and digits. When the receiver receives it, he simply decrypts the message using that same decryption algorithm. And President Putin finds out that global warming is a hoax. So to illustrate the math behind this, which is really very interesting, I'm going to want to invite two volunteers to the stage. Any hands? Yes, Erwin and you right there. One mark for you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks. Okay, so I hope you guys are good at math, because if you're not, this is going to be embarrassing. So essentially, this is a bit of a showdown here. And so what we're going to do is, both of you are going to have to multiply two numbers. Are you ready? Okay. The numbers are 13 and 17. Please start the timer.
Wait a minute.
You got it.
What?
Okay. Round one. What's your name?
Dimension.
Now round two. You still got a chip. Okay. So
Wait, you guys wait half fast.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna ask you back to the number 323. Please start the timer.
What? Wait. How do you factor again? Oh shit!
Guys, you have 30 seconds up. This is embarrassing.
What? What? Multiply that.
Okay, 19 and 17.
Bam! Congratulations!
What?
No, I'm doing the math, dude. Oh, wait.
Okay.
Oh.
Did I lose?
Yeah. Yes, Dementia!
So what I hope that fun example really illustrated is the fact that multiplying two numbers is very easy, but factorizing them is very hard, as our friend Irwin just found out. So let's look at this again, but with slightly bigger numbers. I have a 9-digit prime number over here, and my friend also has a 9-digit prime number. We multiply these numbers, and it shouldn't take too long. However, if I gave you this number, and I told you, what are the two prime numbers that make this number up? That's hard. And this is exactly what cryptography relies on. Both the sender and the receiver know at least one of the prime numbers, and so they can figure out their partners. But if someone intercepts the message, how would they find out both the prime numbers? And this is just 9 numbers. Think about RSA. That has 600 digits in it. And this is why cryptography is so effective at keeping our messages secure. So now I'm going to transition to the latter half of my talk, which is really about cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is so important because it keeps all of our data confidential and secure. 250,000 new computer viruses are created every single day. That's 3 viruses per second. 30,000 websites are infected every day. And these are all small businesses. They're just trying to get their feet in the game, but they can't because of the issues currently with cybersecurity. So we need to hit the brakes to go faster. That's a bit of a conundrum. What exactly does that mean? Well, consider the 2 images over here. So you all know about Redbox or DVDs. Those existed 10 years ago. Now everyone just pirates movies, uses Netflix. So technology has rapidly changed over the past few decades, but cryptography hasn't. The encryption algorithm that we use currently today, that was developed in 1977, and it hasn't changed since. So what we need to do is we need innovation. We need new ideas. And so that we don't end up like that guy over there, and we're the people who know how to stop this growth of technology and put in security measures first. So let's look at some common cybersecurity threats that you might face in your daily lives. Here's Amazon.com, trying to give me $1,000. Now obviously I wouldn't fall for this, but someone who's 7 or someone who's very elderly might think they just struck the jackpot. Now Walmart, being Amazon's biggest competitor, also decided to give me $1,000. In fact, I made so much money that my roommate got a security alert last night on his RMP email account saying that his Bank of America account was suspended. Too bad he only uses Wells Fargo. Similarly, Google Chrome tells you whether your connection is secure or insecure. While I was making these slides, what I noticed is Google thought its own Google Slides website was insecure. A bit ironic. Finally, I'm sure you all have connected to public Wi-Fi of some sort, whether it be Starbucks or another cafe. And what you don't understand is that this Wi-Fi is accessible to everyone. And so someone with a piece of $20 equipment can easily intercept all the messages that you send over that Wi-Fi. Now, lucky for you, most of that is encrypted using the cryptographic algorithms we talked about. But some of the stuff isn't if your website is insecure. And as a result, you could be losing valuable information. So the next time you go to Starbucks, decide carefully, do you really want that drink? You might be losing your credit card information as a result. And so, with my to conclude my talk, I'd like to talk a little bit about a career in cybersecurity. It's a really cool field, and there's a lot being done. You have the ability to make real impact and do real research. It's the number 2 highest paying job out there, so there's a lot of money to be made. And lastly, you can be the superhero that you want to be. You're literally taking down hackers. How cool is that? So with that, I'd like to conclude this talk, and thank you all for your time.